friends, and welcome back to my channel. It has been a while since I have filmed a video. As I told you guys before, I was taking a break for the holidays, and then we had a million snow days, so my kids were home from school for an entire week. I'm just now getting back into the swing of things, and they are back in school. I decided to go ahead and do a Christmas book haul. I have so many things to show you, and a lot of these I got from a Christmas exchange and Christmas presents for my husband and my daughter, my sister, and my friend Leah. And there's just quite a few. And then I got Christmas money, so I bought some of them with my own money. So I'm so excited to share with you what I got. So the first thing I want to show you is I got Sarah Adams books. These are ones that I have left to read. I have read almost all of her other ones, and my daughter surprised me and got me this for Christmas, and I was so excited. She looked on my wish list and she had my husband go get these, and I was so surprised. I couldn't believe my eyes. And then next I got Fireborn, and this was a Christmas exchange. I believe it was with Jordan's Patreon, and so I was super excited to get this. And this one was recommended to me by my friend April, one of her favorite fantasy series. So I don't know a lot about it. I just went purely based on her telling me it was good. But it says, Annie and Lee were only children when revolution changed the world, giving everyone a chance to test into the governing class of dragon riders. Now they are both rising stars in the new regimen, even though Annie's lowborn family was executed by dragon fire, while Lee was born to the very aristocrats who used to rule the city. A childhood at the same orphanage forced their friendship, and 7 years of training have made them rivals for the top position in the dragon riding fleet. But everything changes when survivors from the old regiment surface bent on reclaiming the city. With war on the horizon, Lee must choose to kill their only family he has left or to betray everything he's come to believe in. And Annie must decide whether to protect her dearest friend or step up to be the champion her city needs. Loyalty and love are tested in the gripping adventure that asks that matters most, the family you were born into or the one you've chosen. As soon as I hear dragons, I'm sold. The next book that I got, I'll show you together, since these both came from Leah, was Carrie Soto is Back. I finished this, I loved it, I gave it 4 stars. And this is following Carrie Soto, who is getting back into tennis after being in retirement for a while. And it is just a really great story about just overcoming, the least likely, because she was the oldest person to be back at tennis. The relationship with her dad is just so moving. It's just a really good story. And I really recommend reading anything by Taylor Jenkins. She is such an incredible writer. And the next thing that Leah got me was Jade City. This was also recommended to me by April, and I already had this on my list because so many people have loved this. It is high fantasy, so we will see if I'm able to understand this one because I struggle sometimes with high fantasy. But it says, stylish and action-packed, full of ambitious families and guilt-ridden loves, Jade City is an epic drama reminiscent of the best classic Hong Kong gangster films, but takes place in a fantasy metropolis so gritty and well imagined that you'll forget you're reading a book. So I'm so excited about this one. This was probably the top book on my list that I really, really wanted. The next two I got from someone, Gwen's Patreon, and the first one being Apprentice to the Villain, which I'm so excited about because this is the second in the series. And the next one is Taming 7, which is the last book in the Binding 13 series. So this was such a great buy. I'm so thankful that she chose these. I feel like these were just the absolute perfect combo because I loved the first one of this and I love Binding 13. So I'm so excited to complete the series with these. And I'm not going to read the backs of them because they are the last book and the second in a series, but I'm super excited for those. The next book I got from my sister, Holier Than Thou, and this is by Jackie Hill Perry. I have had this on my list for a while. I love Jackie Hill Perry, and I am super excited about this devotional. I have heard nothing but great things about it, so I was so surprised when she bought this for me, and I can't wait to start reading this one. The last thing that was bought for me is, of course, the most epic of them all, and that is Throne of Glass. I finally have this in my home. I absolutely adore this series, as you guys know. So my mic just died. Hopefully you can still hear me. But I wanted to collect everything she's ever written. I read this and absolutely adored it. One of my favorites of all time, and I will be rereading it. So I'm so over the moon excited that my husband got this for me to add to my collection of Sarah J. Maas. And last but certainly not least, I went ahead and used my Christmas money to go ahead and buy the entire collection of the Binding 13 series. I am so obsessed. I've only read the first two, but I knew that I wanted to have them and reread them at some point. And so I went ahead and used it for that because I just had to have them on my shelf. Absolutely one of the most emotional, gripping stories I've read. It is very read, but it is just so emotional and worth it to me. I feel like I haven't been moved by a book like Binding and Keeping 13 in such a long time. So I'm excited to get to the rest of the series. And then I purchased this Woven Kingdom, which I've heard so many good things about, specifically The Raven-Haired Reader. This is one of her favorite series of all time, and so I had to get this on my list. And it is a forbidden romance, and it says of the Persian mythology inspired fantasy series opener. In a luxurious saffron-scented world where devils whisper unwelcome prophecies and princes fall in love with ice-eyed djinn, hopeless romantics will relish the euphoric agony of anticipation as they watch these fated lovers sort through their feelings. But while Eliza and Cameron's relationship develops, Mafi treats readers to some sumptuous world building. Mafi's story expands deliberately, each small revelation rising from the one before, delivering deeply satisfying epiphanies. At the end of each chapter, the wait for a return ticket to the exquisite kingdom is made bearable only by flipping to the front and repeating your first visit. And that is written by the New York Times Book Review. To all the world, Eliza is a disposable servant, not the long-lost heir to an ancient djinn kingdom forced to hide in plain sight. The crown prince, Cameron, has heard the prophecies foretelling the death of his king, but he could never have imagined the servant girl he can't put out of his mind would one day uproot his kingdom and the world. This Woven Kingdom is a story of clashing empires, forbidden romance, and a long-forgotten queen who must claw her way through darkness to reclaim her throne, rebuild her kingdom, and save her people from the half-lives they've been forced to live. And then last, I have Beg, Borrow, or Steal, and this is not for Christmas, but this is one that I got that was a pre-order and it just came in, so I went ahead and included that in this video. But I am so excited that I have this now. I already read it and I gave it 4 stars. I had such a good time. It's not my favorite of all of hers, but I still really enjoyed it, and there's definitely a hint that Madison's story will be next, and so I'm super excited for that book in this series. So I hope you guys enjoyed this book haul, and until next time, remember to read what inspires you. Bye, friends!